What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler, and today I got a package in of a pair of sneakers that are by far some of the craziest sneakers I've seen in a really long time. And I don't mean crazy as in hyped, I mean literally design-wise, these shoes are wild. But before we get into these shoes, I want to give a huge shout out and sort of shameless self-promotion to my second channel, which is just called Seth. I couldn't think of a better name, to be honest with you, but that second channel is sort of my side project where I unbox a lot of different things, primarily tech recently, and I just dropped a video unboxing the brand new 2020 iPad Pro, which should be a lot of fun. So if you guys want to check that video out after this video, if you guys need something to do, I'm sure a lot of you guys are just sitting at home. So make sure to click the link in the description below, check that video out, and if you haven't subscribed to that channel yet, make sure to head on over there and do that because you get a little bit of extra content in a slightly different genre, and it's a lot of fun. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys did that. You don't have to, but it would mean the world to me if you did. But enough of that. We got Scary Knife. Almost just cut myself because I didn't open it right. It's not a spring-loaded knife. I don't understand how it works. It sucks. This is a pair of Adidas sneakers, as you may be able to tell from the box itself. Like I said, this pair of sneakers is absolutely insane, and I have no idea what to expect. I just saw it online when it dropped, obviously, and I was like, damn, these shoes, I don't know what to think of these. So I wanted to buy them so I could show you guys them, and you guys could sort of make some judgments on your own. So here they are, as you can tell from the top of the box. They are indeed Pharrell's. Let's pull these guys out, throw the box off to the side. So over the last couple months to a year, Pharrell has really been branching out and not creating so many NMDs anymore. Well, I mean, he did create a bunch of NMDs, but he's trying a bunch of brand new silhouettes. Some of them are kind of plain and just have different colored laces. Other ones, like this pair, is just out of this world. So this pair is called the Pharrell Williams 0 to 60. And a lot of you guys might not even know what that is from the name because why would you name a shoe that? I don't know. But when you see it, you'll probably recognize it. The colorway seems like it's in a different language, but it's not. Yelton, Leg Perp, and CB Brown. Probably C Brown. It's apparently a basketball sneaker, and I mean the box that it comes in looks just like every other Pharrell box. So other than the tag and the size, I guess, of the box, you probably wouldn't realize that this is a different kind of Pharrell. So let's pop this guy open, see what it looks like. There you go, the 0 to 60. I'm at a loss for words with this one. This one's crazy. So this shoe is apparently a basketball shoe, and you could probably tell from the overall silhouette. You've got sort of a strap covering up the ankle area, and then also the Crazy Boost You Wear 2.0 midsole and outsole tooling, which is definitely a basketball outsole. It's got herringbone on both the forefoot and on the heel. You've got Boost, which is nice. You've got Boost in the heel and in the forefoot. I don't believe it goes all the way through. It could, actually it does look like it does, so I'm lying. It does go all the way through, it just gets thinner in the center. The problem is that because it's encased, it's not gonna feel as soft as something like an Ultra Boost. So this is definitely a performance model. When you're playing basketball, unless you're like a giant guy, you don't want too much impact protection because it'll feel too soft and you'll lose all kind of court feel and probably some stability. So the reason they cover up this entire side is just to stop the boost from expanding, which makes it a little bit stiffer. On the medial side though, you'll see that there is some boost kind of sticking out, which allows for some expansion on this side, so I'm assuming that this side might be ever so slightly softer, and again, it does allow the boost to compress a little bit, so you do get some cushion when you land on the shoe like this. But I mean, enough with the boost, let's just look at this shoe. This is wild. So why don't I open up this strap right here, which goes across the ankle area, and find out what's underneath the zipper, because I have no idea. Alright. So underneath the zipper is almost an entire another shoe. This really reminds me a lot of the Air Jordan 28s, the ones with that really large, what do you call that, sheath? Or like, not sheath, what's the word I'm looking for? Cloak? You guys know what I'm talking about. I'll put a picture right up there. But it reminds me of that a lot. Now, I don't know why you'd want to tie these laces, because I feel like you might get a bulge right there in the center. But hey, if you need to, you can. I'm surprised that it actually came with laces. It looks like there is a pretty nicely padded neoprene booty construction inside the sneaker, so you do get some cushioning around your foot. And I mean, I'm assuming the lockdown's gonna be decent. I definitely want to try these shoes on before the video ends. Really surprised about these laces. I mean, I guess I should have expected laces somewhere, but I really thought that the zipper and the strap would be everything. But I guess not. The sock liner and I guess the internal booty construction on the shoe is covered in this sort of teal neoprene material. And then you've got these really light salmon colored laces, which, to be honest, I don't see that color. Oh, no, that's not true. I see that color right there on the midsole, but I don't see the teal anywhere. So, okay. Going even more multicolored with it. According to Adidas' website, the shoe is covered in a stretch woven upper bursting with color. I think was the wording. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it was something like that. Pulses with color. Pulses with color is what they said. Still just as weird. The upper of the shoe definitely has a tie-dye feel to it, but it's definitely not actually tie-dyed because then the pattern would be random, and it looks like the pattern is just mirrored between the two shoes. So I guess it's just a print, which is kind of interesting. I mean, to be honest, it does make the pattern more consistent, and sometimes with tie-dye shoes, you find out that one side of the pair looks really good and one side looks really bad. On this shoe, they look at least exactly the same, which I appreciate. On the toe of the shoe, you've got this really nice and simple light gray suede, which I like a lot because it helps not make this shoe any more loud than it needs to be. I already feel like it's a little bit too loud, but it definitely helps simplify the design. Running across the center of the midfoot, you've got the Adidas 3 stripes with these bright orange embroidered details on the outside just to make them pop even more than they would have already. The strap of the shoe also comes in a neoprene material with a synthetic leather tab at the end with Velcro on the bottom. You've got the Pharrell Hu logo right there in orange, and you've also got what looks like a fingerprint pattern on the medial side of the strap. And you've also got it actually on the top of the tongue as well on this tag right here. So that seems to be a recurring theme. I'm not too familiar with what the fingerprint means. Maybe individuality, uniqueness, or something like that. Something that Pharrell's really into promoting. As you move farther back on the lateral side of the shoe, you get to this dark gray suede panel, which again simplifies the look a little bit, which I appreciate. And then moving around to the heel of the shoe, you've got this sort of dull yellow suede panel, which is also contrasted by this sort of salmon pink midsole. This is a crazy shoe. I really can't get over how crazy it is. I mean, even the zipper that they chose on the upper comes in a bright green. It's such a weird look. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest, the more I look at it, the more I kind of like it. I wouldn't wear it every day. I mean, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna keep this shoe because when would I wear it? But it's kind of cool to see. I mean, you know what? I've got to give props to Pharrell and Adidas for really trying something different. Like, this is wild. This is very, very different. And not a lot of people would have the balls to do this, let's be honest. I mean, super loud and bright sneakers have always been in fashion, but this is almost taking it to another level. Inside the shoe, you've got a bright orange insole with the foot reflexology chart printed onto it, just like every other Pharrell sneaker. So I guess at this point, what I'm gonna do is try these shoes on and let you know how they fit.
Perfect.
So the wildly colorful Pharrell 0 to 60s do seem to fit pretty much true to size. I will say that when you zip the zipper up and you tie the shoes and you Velcro the ankle area, they do get very, very tight around the ankle. The midfoot feels fine. It doesn't feel like it's too wide or too narrow. They don't feel exceptionally long, but they did feel a little bit longer than I think I would have liked. To be honest, the fit of this shoe is very similar to the Boost You Wear 2.0s, which came out last year. I mean, it's basically the same sneaker. The tooling is exactly the same. I think the only difference is the construction of the upper, but overall, it's a pretty similar feel on foot. Not surprisingly, it does give you some pretty solid lockdown, which I appreciated, and the Boost did feel pretty solid underfoot. Not solid as in hard, but solid as in good. It didn't feel too soft. It didn't feel unstable at all. It did feel like there was some nice impact protection, which I liked. Overall, it was fine. I think it might actually be a decent basketball sneaker. Probably not my first choice, especially at $200. This is a $200 shoe. That's probably why it didn't sell out. I do have to give props to Pharrell and Adidas for really trying something different. That's something that a lot of brands don't do that often, and it's really cool to see them consistently bring out crazy stuff. Like the Pharrell Boost You Wears that dropped last year. Those were nuts as well. I didn't really like those, but they tried something different and I appreciated that. This is the same sort of situation where I don't love the shoe. I probably wouldn't buy it if I wasn't a sneaker reviewer, but it's something that I gotta applaud them for because they really are trying something different, and that's important. So if you guys want to grab these, they are still available at adidas.com in pretty much every size, and I think they will be for a while. I don't think these will sell out. I think they may go on sale, so if you want to risk it and wait until they go on sale to grab them, that's totally reasonable as well. I think they're an interesting shoe. If you like them, great. If you don't, Not a big deal. But on that note, I think it's time to wrap up today's video. Once again, if you would like to check out my unboxing of the brand new 2020 iPad Pro, I've left the link in the top of the description. Make sure to check that out, and also, if you could, subscribe to that channel. It would be awesome if you did. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.